Let's go. Let's go. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to. Wow, it's been quite a while, I think, lah.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks, I guess, since we
2 weeks.
gone live.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. 2 weeks of radio silence from our side. We are glad to be back. Apologies because we've been busy with
yeah.
work and all these kind of things. But we're very glad to be back. Excited to be back with, of course, my partner in crime, Avi. How are you?
I'm good. So, how are you?
Okay, lah, good. I think natural light, for one of the first times in our stream, because we're starting especially early today,
Yeah, exactly.
and
6:45.
6:45. Of course, it is to watch the big JDT versus Urawa Reds match, lah. Something that's really exciting, I think, for Malaysian football and for regional football, lah. It will be quite interesting to see whether we can really shock the Asian football scene. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, I mean, they've already shocked the Asian football scene by topping Group I and getting to the next stage. But the opponents they're facing right now, Urawa Red Diamonds, they've won the Champions League twice. They're an experienced side, having played in the. I mean, they are one of the top J League clubs for quite a while now. So it's a whole different challenge, a whole different mindset is needed when facing them. So yeah, and also we've got a guest appearance. So you see my dad.
Okay. Hi, uncle. Hi, uncle. Can you see? Yes.
He said hi, uncle.
Avi's dad making a special appearance, but he's not the only one. Later on, Sivan from the BolaBola show is joining us as well. That is going to make it a lot more interesting. We got a first comment here. Arif, where to watch the match? It's on Astro 802, right?
Astro Arena 802, or you can watch it on 11 Sport, but then you have to pay for it, subscription.
Yeah. Arif, I mean, first of all, a big apology from us because we can't show it. We are not a television.
That's why, exactly.
But all we can do is just watch the match on our side device and talk about it with the rest of you guys. And speaking of talking about it, Sivan is here in studio. We'll put him straight on screen. Sivan, how are you, sir?
Okay, can you guys hear me? All clear?
Yes, we can hear you very well, perfectly
okay,
well.
All right, perfect. All right. No need to sir, bro. I'm just a normal guy, bro.
We call everyone sir.
Yes.
Okay.
We're excited, lah. Nice jersey, by the way. Repping the Argentina contingent for today, from JDT, I suppose.
Yeah. I know it's rarely been said, but JDT have this relationship with Argentina in the same way you can think of Barcelona with Netherlands or Arsenal with France or Wolverhampton Wanderers with Portugal. So it's a combination that has served them well ever since TMJ took over JDT.
So I guess you'll be rooting for Fernando Forestieri tonight.
Well, I mean, I'm rooting for JDT, not because I'm a fan of the club or a big supporter of them, but I like what they're doing. I like what they're bringing to Malaysian football. And the fact remains that if they keep progressing further, it's only going to be good for Malaysian football because, our league ranking gets better. It opens up more spaces for other Malaysian teams to take part in AFC competition, especially in the Champions League. Yeah.
Speaking of that, 2024 onwards, we're going to have 4 teams in the Champions League. So 2 will be in the group stages and then 2 will go through the qualifying stages. It's confirmed, actually.
Wow.
So that's actually a good development. That's for 2024. Wow. So next season, Super League is going to be quite feisty and interesting.
Yep.
And I hope the other clubs would actually be able to match up with JDT's progress at the moment, which we hope would happen next season.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a far cry from the days when even to get one permanent spot. I mean, you remember those days, when Malaysian teams,
exactly.
even the league winner also doesn't get a permanent spot. But now look at how much things have changed.
Yep.
Yeah. Definitely things are going up and up. We apologize because, of course, we don't have the very chante, nice looking posters for the lineups. We have a very rudimentary start list here. I hope it's big enough, but I think not many surprises from JDT side aside from the debut of certain Jordi Amat. What do you guys think of that?
Yeah, let's even say give his thoughts first.
I mean, I'm really looking forward to see what can he bring. Is this his debut game? Correct me if I'm wrong. Is this
Yes, it's
his
his
first start
debut.
for JDT?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, we know so much about him from his days in La Liga and also in the English Premier League. So I think his presence in the lineup is much needed for JDT, especially when you take on a team like Urawa. So I'm really eager to see what he brings to the table.
Right, right. Are we anything else you're spotting? Either side, either Urawa or with JDT.
Okay, with JDT, we know Leandro Velasquez is not playing the game because of suspension, so he's replaced by Nazmi Faiz sponsor, and I hope Nazmi will have a really good game because he has been midfielder that we've been crying for quite a while in terms of ability of play, the ability to make those uh, super movements and darting through passes and so on. So looking forward to his performance tonight. And Nacho Insa is back.
Right.
He replaces Hong Wan, so he's one of the best number six in the not one of the best, one of the best, or if not the best number six in Malaysia at the moment in terms of the way he plays and everything, the way he carries the ball, the way he dictates the tempo. As for Urawa Reds, I'm looking forward to seeing Hiroki Sakai. He used to play for Marseille, and he was quite a good player in Europe. So him returning to Japan is a good sign, but then he's already 32 lah. So usually Japanese players hit when they hit 30, they'll want to go back to the J League and play a few more years of football. So I think Hiroki has been doing that. Uh, Looking forward to watching Jens Carlson. He's a very good winger, very direct. So he's the typical Scandinavian kind of winger. Those who watch Scandinavian sides in the past would know how they play. Not the current mobile kind of setup which we always see in Denmark right now. Scholes is a typical number. Alexander Scholes will be leading the defense for Urawa, so he's a player to watch out for as well. Yeah, I mean it's going to be an interesting challenge for JDT because number one they will be facing a side that has won the trophy twice, and number two it's away. The group stages was held in Johor, so they had the home crowd advantage, and this time around, it's the away side of things, even though they are the home side in the team list and so on. So yeah, it'd be interesting to watch how they perform. And as a Malaysian football fan, I hope that tonight they can really defy the odds and say, look, we are here for good. We are going to come regularly every year to get into the knockout stages. So yeah, I mean this is a good sign. And also Hector Bidoglio taking over from Benjamin Wara. Benjamin Wara stirred the side to the knockout stages, and now Bidoglio will be hopeful that he can lead them to better places. So yeah, it'll be interesting to watch how they perform tonight.
Yeah, well said. I mean, I think when I was reading through the reviews, preparing for today, one of the previews said that the difference could be that JDT have match winners, that deadly potent strike force that they have. I mean, even though of course Urawa probably is more fancied for that, the preview said that they don't really have that volatile kind of mercurial strike force. So what do you guys think? Can that make a big difference?
Definitely. I mean, you think of someone like Forestieri, his class, his talent, he's a huge difference. It's a huge upgrade from where JDT was last season and compared to this season.
Yeah.
I mean, when he was signed in to partner Bergson up front, I said to myself, there's no way JDT cannot make it at least past the knockout stage because it's a very good squad. And of course, like what Avi said, they had a home advantage, which they make full use of it.
If Sivan is mentioning about an Argentinian, I'm going to mention about a Brazilian, Bergson. So Bergson has been instrumental this year. I mean, if you guys remember last year in the Champions League, he struggled to score goals, and we knew his potency in front of goal in the domestic scene. But in the Champions League, he could not score. So that was a source of frustration with the Brazilian. But this year, I think he's played 4 games and he scored 6 goals. No, sorry, 5 games and he scored 6 goals, which I think is an insane amount of goals for someone who couldn't score last year. And this season he's been really, he has really shown in terms of, getting those goals up front. And his combination with Fernando Forestieri is getting better. He's only going to get stronger. And I hope, I think right now, if you ask me, Fernando Forestieri will have the freedom to roam around the final third, but the one with the hardest job would be Bergson because he's going to be heavily marked because they know he is very good in that penalty box. So I think Scholes will be the man tasked to mark Bergson. So that duel would be interesting as well. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I have to cheer up our president a little, huh?
I think before we carry on with around 5 minutes to kick off, we have to give a shout out to the viewers who are joining us. Hi Amirul, thank you so much for joining us. Also Farhan, ready Senaman Jantung. I think so. I think that's the thing. It's so high stakes because it is of course a single like knockout. Like
Right.
who dares wins and who wins goes through. But regardless, I think the way JDT have given such a good account of themselves, even if maybe at this stage they go out, I don't think it's a disappointment. What do you
No,
guys think?
no, absolutely not a disappointment
Absolutely
at all. No. As I mentioned, to think where Malaysian club in the context of AFC competition were 10 years ago when JDT first came to the scene and where they are now, it's a giant leap, not just for the JDT itself, but for the Malaysian league and Malaysian clubs as a whole. The fact today, like what Avi mentioned, you got 2 teams now in the group stage next year. That's a huge thing. You ask me.
2024, 2020. Next year is 20. Next year
Is-
2024 4. Two will be in the play. We'll have to go through the playoff stage lah.
There you go. Yeah.
So as long as Sabah continue until next year, they should be in the Champions League. I mean, right now they said. I'll be honest, right? So my hope is JDT go all the way and are slightly distracted, so Sabah can win the title here domestically. What?
Wow, Logan, very
I'm
wishful
kidding,
thinking,
I'm
huh?
kidding. Wishful thinking.
For that to happen, maybe you need to read Michael Koch's later article about how to make the Bundesliga more competitive.
Actually, to be
Yes,
honest with you, I want to read that article. Yeah. But then there's been lots of criticism about it. But I want to read it first. I want to read it first.
Because the whole, I mean, in a nutshell, just to share with you, the whole idea is maybe perhaps Bayern Munich, starting from this season onwards, they should start every game with a goal down.
Yeah, I saw the headline. Everybody was like, "What? Why?"
But the point he made, I think, I don't know whether it was in the headline or the caption in the tweet. It's ridiculous what the Bundesliga has become just from that standpoint. Not to say that they have not produced fantastic footballers, not to say that the development is not there, but just over this period of time, they have been unchallenged, and it becomes slightly boring to an extent, I suppose.
Yep, because if you look at the Dortmund's turnover, when you compare to a Premier League side, it's almost on par with Everton. So that tells you a lot just how big the gap is when it comes to a Bundesliga second place team and the rest of the Premier League. So
that's my grouse with Dortmund because I've been watching their games. They have everything in their arsenal. The problem is defensively they are laps. If you watch their games, they're really good. They can actually challenge Bayern. The problem is the mindset. So I hope Terzic would be able to do something this season because a lot of players actually love him. That's why he's back. And there's a place that they've signed. It's a pity that Halle is out because of, thank God it's Malaysian. But Modest, is he an upgrade? Maybe not, but for the short term, I think maybe he'll be able to get goals. So let's see what happens. And even Bayern also, they're a team that is going to go through a transition because Lewandowski is no more there.
Yep.
So it's going to take, it's good. There's going to be changes. So I'm hopeful of a very, my hope is to see an open Bundesliga, and maybe Leipzig even challenging the top 2 sides this time around. But I'll be reading his article. I want to read his article. Why he said that.
Actually, I think I just need to correct something, Avi, because is it malignant with Halle? If it is, then that's the bad one.
Bad one.
Yeah.
Bad
That's the bad one. So, I mean, look, we are hoping for his very quick recovery. But yeah. I think we are already in the huddle. Where are you guys on your stream? I can see that we are about
Bergson
to
is
start.
Juggling.
Yeah. Okay, no, I
it's
may
about to start.
be a bit further.
Oh, no. That's okay.
Okay, no.
That's
Yes,
part
yes,
of
yes.
Watchalong.
Yes, that's true. That's so as always, our unwritten rule is whoever's ahead, try not to spoil for the rest. So if there's a big goal,
Okay. We'll try not to
Well,
show any emotion or reaction.
how is Sivan's stream?
At the moment, just the game just started. I think it's the 6 second. Just kick off.
Yeah, save.
I guess give me 1 second. I just need to.
Don't worry, Logan will be back.
Okay, sure. Nice to see there is a crowd in the stadium. Because I was told that for quite some time, the Japanese authority didn't allow fans back to the stadium. So it's good to see that the stadium atmosphere is good.
Actually, it started quite a while. Oh wow, Jordi Ahmad is playing quite advanced.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Maybe he's given the free role in from defense to roam forward with his runs and so on.
Anything you can share about Urawa, like what's their style or what's their approach to every game?
To be honest with you, my understanding of them is quite limited because I rarely watch the J League unless it's Vissel Kobe. But Urawa is a side. When I was young, I used to watch them play in the Champions League in 2007. At the time, they had this striker.
Oh
called
yeah, I
Washington.
remember that. Yeah,
Really good player, and they were quite direct in the way they play. But then, right now, if you ask me, a lot of Japanese teams have already changed their approach in terms of, oh wow, JDT with the first chance of the game.
yeah.
Arif Aiman looks like
Yeah,
the hat trick has really spurred him to take chances.
It's good to see that they are taking the game to Urawa, and it's also good to see that the local boys are, stepping up to the game because this is their chance to showcase what they can do to the rest of Asia, and maybe open the eyes of possible, Japanese
A
clubs.
lot of scouts actually would check out the Champions League, so I guess this is a very good platform for them as well. Even though we know JDT want to keep their best players, but it's still a platform for players to be noticed. I know Arif Aiman has raised interest from France, I heard. Apparently, Saint Etienne wants to sign him. So, I don't know, those are just rumors. But yeah, good start from JDT at the moment. After that, good start. Actually, I'm glad that Nacho is playing because he's very experienced, and this stage is like it's like a cake to him. He seems to know what to do, what not to do, and so on.
Yeah.
So I guess that's good. Arif Aiman, I hope tonight will be his night to further state his case of being the best local player at the moment in terms of form and performance and everything. Oh, pretty good card for a Champions League game actually. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, I think Urawa is slowly coming back, but
I think they haven't got the. I know they're looking to hold on to possession, but then JDT is stifling them in that sense.
Okay, good.
Wow, Jordi Ahmad is really going forward to really press. That's interesting.
Interesting.
He's playing like a second CDM at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So the lineup is such that it's 4-2-3-1. Or 4-2. It's interesting because Jordi Ahmad is playing as a midfielder, actually. My bad. Laurie and Shahrusad are playing as centre backs.
Oh, okay.
So we have Matthew Davis and Corwin playing as wing backs.
Mm-hmm.
So Jordi Ahmad and Nacho Insa are the pivots.
Pivots, huh? Okay.
Pivots. So yeah,
So,
that's interesting.
Jordi Amat will be having a more defensive duty, whereas Nacho will be allowed to go up lah, roam
But the
freely,
way
I
I'm
guess.
seeing it is Nacho having more of the defensive duty than Jordi Amat.
Interesting.
First corner for Urawa. G, you're back.
I'm so sorry. I had to take a urgent call just now.
Oh
Okay,
no,
it's
no
okay.
worries, no worries.
No worries.
What did I
So
miss?
JDT had their first chance in the second minute. Arif Aiman took a shot and the keeper saved it. If you
It
ask me,
looks
it
a
was
bit
very
open, lah.
close, but then still, yeah, it's still a chance. Sorry, Harlem malignant, quite bad. It's infectious apparently, so he's still in the hospital. My bad.
No, actually, honestly, I always get those two terms like confused as well. So, yeah.
No, the way Borussia Dortmund gave the statement also, like he's getting better, he's fine, and all that. So yeah. Oh, there are Joe fans in Japan. Sorry, maybe got conversation with that. You'll have that frequently during the live stream.
Whoa.
Ooh, that was close. Penalty.
Seriously? Huh?
Yeah.
I mean,
Is there
yeah,
VAR?
Why? Yeah? Because.
I have to see it again.
Oh, keeper.
Reno, we're really sorry. We really can't.
But then it didn't look dangerous to me.
Mm.
Oh, is it because he sensed his head?
Kamarul, dekat Astro Arena 2, 802, I think. Right?
Yeah, ataupun dia kena langgan suka ataupun 11 spot kedua-dua. I mean, either or lah.
Again, we apologize because we are not able to give you a live link here or speak Japanese lah. So I'm very sorry.
Who asked if you can speak Japanese? Reno.
Asked us, yeah, Reno. If we could,
And he
we
said-
would.
Interesting choice of tattoos. Whatever. So it's the centre back taking the penalty. Yep, 1-0 to Urawa.
Not a great start, but it's not over.
Yep, not over. Still a long way to go. I don't know what's your thoughts on the penalty. I mean, I think the referee gave it because his hands went to the player's head, so no choice but to give the penalty.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where maybe, they'll always say, was it a foul if it happened outside the box? Obviously, the keeper's not going to punch you outside the box, but
Exactly.
anytime you have a head impact, it's probably a foul. So.
It's probably a foul, yeah. And I think the referee will be saying, "Look, you were losing the ball. So the next course of action is you went to target the players." So that could be the referee's argument, lah.
Yeah.
Come on, Arif. One thing I like about J League says is their way of playing the game and how technically brilliant they are with the ball. And like last season, JDT faced Nagoya Grampus. They were a very defensive side, but when they had the ball, they were efficient as hell. So right now they're facing a side that loves to play football actually. So it's good, it's a good learning process for JDT to further hone their skills in Asia. Because domestically they are unstoppable at the moment. I do not know who can stop them. What can be done to stop them? So yeah, it's interesting. I mean, this is the platform that they really need. They're made to work, I would say.
I like to think that JDT, especially with regards to the national team players competing in the Champions League, It has a knock-on effect on the national team itself because when they took part in the qualifier recently, you could tell like these players already had that experience for that level, for that continental level to play in that stage. And I think that's the reason why I think that we took advantage of the fact, of course, we played home ground and we took advantage of the fact and qualified for the Asian Cup. Because even Bahrain also struggled to contain us. Even though, yes, they got 3 points, but they struggled throughout the game.
Yeah, they only showed they played well in the second half. First half, they struggled. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Not just that, the FC Cup as well. The FC Cup as well. I mean, it's a pity that Qatar got out. Kuala Lumpur have shown that, whatever it takes to win, we would do that. Against Viettel, they didn't really play. They were, without the ball, without the ball, they were excellent. With the ball, they were horrible, truth be told. But that they were able to, etch out a win. So I guess that helps with the mindset of the players also being tactically, diverse in terms of, being able to play the ugly game and also being able to play the beautiful game.
Yep.
So it will have an effect on the national team. That's what I hope. And I hope the next call up also we'll see some new faces because those are friendlies. So maybe it's time for the coach to check out these, new talents that are coming up. Not to say new talents, these players who have been playing well in the league, whether they are fit enough to play for the national team or not. But I believe, the crux of the squad will be filled with JDT players.
So I have a question, but before I get to that, I also want to tell anyone who's joining us, all of you, if you guys have any questions, any comments, please leave it, in the YouTube chat and Twitter. But so my question to the both of you is, I mean, normally JDT, kind of dominate. Most of the time, they're not behind. I mean, once or twice they will go behind line a game. But mentally, do you think they have that comeback spirit, right now, because they are at a disadvantage at the moment?
This season, the number of comebacks they've made, it's immense. It's insane. In the Super League, even in the Champions League also, they beat Ulsan in what minute? 95th and 93rd minute. So I'm not going to put anything against. I'm not going to put it past them to make a comeback lah. But like I said just now, this is a whole different. How to say? This is a different team, a different stage, a much tougher stage actually. So this will actually test their character lah, for the players and so on. Like just now, Farizal considered the penalty. How is he going to bounce back from that? So I want to see the character out of him. So right now Urawa is having much of the ball. So that is going to frustrate JDT. But I think Coach Bidoglu would have told them, look, this is the scenario that we expected. Be patient, press for the ball. When you get a chances, be efficient. So I think that's what you're going to see from Johor. And we have to understand J-League sides, they are technically very good. Pound for pound, they have better players, to be fair. So, it's going to be a different... Oh, wow. What attempt.
I don't like to use the term farmers league, but in the context of global football, J-League today, it is a farmers league because in a good way, they are producing players that is wanted by the Europeans. European clubs today are looking at the Japanese market as potentially, there's a lot of hidden gem here. And I was quite amazed that I don't know whether it was this year or last year when Japan named a squad, I think it's for a World Cup qualifier. The entire 23 players in the squad is all European-based players. Never before, I never in my wildest dream I thought an Asian side would have had that kind of strength and depth in their team.
No, the J League is a platform for many European scouts to check out. And they not only check out the J League, but they also check out the University League. Players who play in the universities, they also check those players out, and a lot of them have actually played in smaller European countries like maybe Finland in terms of footballing development, maybe like Finland, Denmark, Sweden. So they're exporting a lot of players now, and even in Malaysia also we can see a lot of players. Sabah has Taiki Kagayama, and then Kelantan United I think has got 2 players who are playing there. One of them is Masashi Motoyama. So it's good lah. And last season Kawasaki dominated the league, but then if you ask me in J League, the number of teams that can compete for the title, there are many of them: Yokohama, Kashima, Cerezo, Tokyo, Urawa, Kawasaki. even Vissel Kobe also. Vissel Kobe has been frustrating, but whenever they hit top form, they're a brilliant side, orchestrated by the great Andres Iniesta. So if you ask me, I wouldn't deem them as a farmers league, but a very good league. That's why I wish a lot of our players would aspire to play in that league, because that league promises a platform to go to bigger countries, bigger,
Yeah.
bigger footballing countries. So I think it's good. And at the moment, you can see that Urawa is showing their class lah. Okay, come on, Johor.
Why is my stream so far back again?
What minute you're in, G?
I'm at 15:12 right now.
Whoa.
Ayah! Actually, we should be controlling our emotions.
Forget it, no worries.
To those watching the Watchalong, kalau ada apa-apa soalan, sila tanya. Kita akan cuba jawab. Berkenaan dengan perlawanan ni, ataupun berkenaan dengan Liga Malaysia, ataupun berkenaan dengan Asia ke, ASEAN ke, boleh tanya apa-apa, kita akan jawab lah. Bukan saya dengan Sivan je, Logan pun boleh jawab.
Kalau ada soalan pasal Casemiro, then maybe.
Okay, Logan, share your thoughts on Casemiro. People are saying it's close it's close to happening, and so your thoughts on it as a United fan.
Wait, before that, what was he trying to do with that attempt just now?
Fernando Forestieri.
Yeah, was that like an outside of the boot thing? What is he trying to do?
I think he just got his decision making wrong at that point of time.
Yeah.
Maybe he just slipped over. Anyway, it's okay. They're creating openings, which is good for the confidence.
Is the referee going to give a free kick? Yep. Wow, this referee is card friendly, man. I think there is his first fall. Would it deem it a last man challenge, because ahead of Davis there was another defender?
But is it the camera angle? Because from straight on, maybe that guy was unable to catch already. So maybe a last man tackle. And there was no attempt to play the ball.
No attempt to play the ball. So, okay, yellow is fair. La.
Oh, no, you're right. He wasn't, because the other defender would have caught him.
Yeah, would have gotten it. This I was wondering why. But then again, he didn't play the ball. So, if he had played the ball, then yes, I think if he give the yellow would have been harsh. La. But then it looks like this referee is quite stern. They need
Less
to be
than
really
20
careful.
minutes, yeah.
Yeah. 20 minutes already. Wow. I think next year, one of my plans is to go and watch a J League game.
No, that's it. That'll be fun.
Definitely.
Somebody asked a really good question.
Oh my goodness. This is a very good question.
Okay.
Logan, you want to answer that?
Wait, Lingard has officially joined, right? So
Yes, he has officially joined. He's played 2 games for them.
Yeah. I'm joking about Lingard, obviously. But I think it's been quite ambitious. It's been quite interesting. And also, if you ask probably most football fans, right, they want Forest in the Premier League. Fans of the English game, Nottingham Forest are very, very, storied club, iconic club. I woo in a minute.
Fun fact. Okay, Logan, you watch first before I say anything.
That's just my goodness.
You know where that guy is from or not?
Tell us.
Sweden.
Oh my goodness! Right. Well, we had to bring something. Why didn't you wear your Sweden shirt?
he brought back reminiscence of that guy. I can't remember his name, but he played for Southampton and he broke my heart in 2002.
Was it Anders Svensson?
No, that's
was it Svensson?
Is he from Scandinavia? Is he Scandinavian or English or what?
The game between Sweden and Argentina.
Okay.
Sweden scored a typical free kick like this one, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh my God, why can't I recall? This was the 2002 World Cup, right?
2002 World Cup, the deciding game, game 3.
Yeah, Argentina lost. And then we lost to Senegal.
We drew 1-1.
That was a group game, is it?
Yeah, it was a group game.
Okay, wait, let me double check. Because I really can't recall.
I think it's Svensson. No, is it Svensson? Probably Svensson, but I don't know what's his first name.
Anders Svensson. Anders. At the time,
There
they
was
had two
one that
Svensons,
was
Michael Svensson, Anders Svensson.
there was one that had a lot of longevity and played like a long time, right?
Nicholas Alexanderson, is it?
No, not
That's
Nicolas
not.
Eriksen. Not definitely not him.
Yeah, it's Anders Svensson you're talking about. Yeah, Anders
Oh.
Svensson. Anders Svensson. Anders Svensson. Yeah, but what a free kick. What a free kick. Now, this is going to be a real huge task for JDT to bounce back.
Mm.
See, this is the thing with, top sides. We don't have the ball often, but when we have it, set piece or whatever, we're going to take our chances. So I think that is going to be a real tough lesson, and lots need. I mean, I think Bidoglu's first point that he's going to stamp on during halftime talk: do not concede set pieces. Do not concede
Yeah,
silly
yeah.
set pieces. Number one.
You can argue that both perhaps were unnecessary. The first
Yeah,
one
exactly.
maybe a bit harsh, but as you said, like this is what top sides do. When
They take
you,
advantage of this kind of
yeah,
situations.
yeah, you can't even call it a mistake. It's it happens in football, but
Yeah, it
you
does.
don't always get punished. But these guys punish you, lah.
Yeah,
I mean, the
exactly.
penalty
Like
is one thing, but
Davies doing that also. I thought he should have allowed Charles to have a chance for that, or because Farizal is a super keeper sort of, so he could have done
mm,
something as well. I mean, at the point of time, we are not players like we can give our assessment, so we don't know what's the thinking behind like those situations and so on. So it's interesting. I'm happy for Shahrukh Sahar. As a Para fan, looking at him playing these kind of games, improving, playing week in, week out for Johor. When he said he's not going to start, but he's playing week in, week out, I'm very happy for him. I'm really happy for him.
right.
That guy deserves good things. You know?
At the end of the day, there's always a lot of talk about the chances you get when you go to JDT, but I think the talent shines through. Lah. You look at
Yeah, yeah,
him, you
definitely.
look at Arif.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
Arif is very good.
there's always this argument. They have too many foreign players and naturalized players. Despite everything is there, still you have players like Arif Aiman and Sharul who are coming through, who are doing what they do best on the field. So
Yep.
I mean, all these hindrance should not be an issue in the first place. If you're good
Yep.
enough, you can show what you are in training. The coach puts his faith in you. The result will come itself.
yeah, exactly.
Why didn't the ref give fall for that? Was it a shock or what? No, with the ball, with or without the ball? And one thing about J League also, a lot of the sites they use data to sign their players. If you see the names that they sign, they're not big names. Their players are efficient in the league. So that is also one thing that I really like about the J League that I think our club should emulate. Don't just, rely on one source to get all your signings. You need to do your research, you need to do your work. Which I don't know if it's happening now or not, because next season is going to be really crazy. Playing 38 games, I mean, how many games? 36 games, I believe. It's not going to be easy. Yeah? You need to have a big squad. And I believe the Malaysia Cup format would be changed. There will be no group stages. It will be similar to how it's played in England, the Carabao and FA Cup.
But it will still not have any incentive for AFC qualification, right?
Don't know yet. That one they will have. They are discussing with the clubs at the moment because I think MFL they're having workshops with the clubs to discuss on what needs to be done, what they don't want to happen, and so on. So once that is done, then you will know what's going to happen next season. I did tell Stuart that you need to have one session with the media as well to really give them all the information on what's going to happen next season because they already announced, but then we don't have the details of it. So that is very important, and they have to do it as soon as possible. And as we all know, the schedule this year has been really bad. There's been changes and so on. And the league is only ending in October. 4 days later, Malaysia Cup. Yeah, so it's going to be frenetic, lah. I think Nacho has played well today. He has been really good in terms of his reading of the game and distribution also. As for Jordi Ahmad, if people are going to criticize him, I think it's not right because he's just starting with the team and he's playing in the championship. So, but so far, if you ask me, Jody Ahmed has been doing well in the defensive midfield role. He's usually played as a centre back. When he was playing for Swansea, he played as centre back, right?
Yeah. I mean, I always thought of him as a centre back player.
Hey Logan, you haven't answered the Casemiro question yet, and we haven't even answered the Nottingham Forest question yet. Actually.
Yeah, I gave my thoughts that I mean I think it's pretty ambitious.
Oh yeah,
and
you said it. Sorry.
yeah, but and I don't know whether it's enough to keep keep them up or not, but at least there seems to be a plan in place lah. It's not just yo-yo club, go up go down kind of thing, and we wait for the money from the Premier League to what do you call, come in later on. So at least there's investment. There seems to be a plan. What do you guys think?
I'll let Sivan answer first, then I'll give my thoughts.
I'm just happy for my two ex-Huddersfield players who are in the team, Harry Toffolo and Luis O'Brien. So they deserve their chance to play in the Premier League because their talent in the championship level itself is already top class. So for them to the opportunity when Forest came knocking on their door, to come and play in the Premier League, and obviously a lot of Huddersfield fans were, there's a lot of mixed emotion about this, but I felt that if they really serve the club well, and this is their chance, and we should let them go. And I'm happy for them. I think they will survive. I think Forest overall should able to nick it and scrap it up and survive. I think they can do it.
So in regards to the Casemiro question, I think we've got a better answer than I could ever give. It's not that bad, man. Come on.
I mean, it's not really a bad signing, but I just kind of feel that, it seems like everyone is taking advantage of the fact that United have money to sign players.
Desperate. No, they are desperate. United is desperate. That's the problem.
So, if we can squeeze something out of them, why not? And Florentino Perez seems to be very good at doing this.
Yes.
You know what? Florentino Perez is not worried because even if he loses Casemiro, he's got Tchouameni and Camavinga already.
Yes. I think Ancelotti said so, right, as well today. Yeah.
So they don't need to worry at all. Okay, I want to add on to the points that you guys gave on Forest lah. I mean, my first worry would be squad harmony because they've signed a lot of players. And number two, also some people have actually questioned the signings because they say that you're undermining those who helped the club get to the Premier League, the players who got them to the Premier League. That's the second one. So I think Steve Coppell will have to work on squad harmony at the moment lah. And I was shocked that they signed Morgan Gibbs-White for £44 million. It's a huge gamble for a youngster like him. So for them to really splash the cash on him means they really believe that the player can do something. But will the player be able to cope with that pressure of being mentioned as the 44 million kind of boy? How is he going to cope with that? That is also another question. So a lot of interesting narratives that we can see with Forest this season. But, I'm glad they're back in the Premier League. They should be there. And I hope they're there for long. In terms of signing, if you ask me, the promoted clubs, Fulham are making good signings actually. They have made some pretty decent signings. Joao Palhinha is playing there as a defensive midfielder. Someone United should have signed earlier, actually.
We might want to pay attention to this since it's a set piece situation.
Again, yeah.
Okay, again, another set piece. You know what? Looking at these Urawa faces, their faces, they look so bloody calm.
Yeah. No, I mean, at the end of the day, they've been here before.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess that vibe is really, it's part of them, I guess. They're like, Champions League nights, we are game for it. We can do it any day. We don't need to feel stressed or whatsoever.
Yeah.
I hope JDT can do something like if the game gets to 2-2, things will change for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big part of it. The scoreline favors them. 2-0 is comfortable. They always say it's the most dangerous scoreline, but, they're still playing quite well. So
actually, if you ask me, JDT also has been doing okay. Really?
Yeah, they've been doing very well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean, okay. Yeah.
I mean, the 2 goal, it was
Set piece situations. You got to
it's
avoid
just
it.
a set
Yeah.
piece situation. Yeah.
So interestingly, two players are actually on duty when Arya Baiman has the ball. Look, I mean, just now, if you noticed.
Mm.
Hey, any more questions from anyone?
So far none, but we welcome, we welcome
Hmm.
more and more comments, because we've got quite a lot of people joining us. Quite happy to see that.
That's
Admittedly,
good.
the number dwindled when Urawa scored the second goal.
Really?
Just,
You.
yes, it dropped like by half. So, nah lah, I mean, we
Jangan
understand.
risau, ada tolong to come back. Boleh tengok lagi. You
Yeah,
boleh
there's a
tanya
lot of
soalan
time
kita
left.
boleh jawab. Ya, jawapan kita boleh jawab.
At the end of the day, all JDT need is one goal, right? One
Yep.
goal changes the
One
whole
goal.
thing.
If they can get it towards the end of the first half, that would be even better actually.
And it's not like they haven't created chances or they haven't created openings at all. It's been there.
Imagine if Forrest Terry scored that just now. I think things would have changed.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%. 100%. But at the same time, I would say, like, if you look at the overall game, Urawa's technique has kind of set them apart. I mean, the
Yeah.
pressing and just
The
these
pressing,
little
tactic
things.
movement, yeah.
Yeah, where they're able to get past players quite easily. The close control of their forwards are very good.
Running with the ball, especially everyone, not just the forwards, have been really, really good.
Yeah.
The ball is literally on their feet.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Don J has asked another question.
I feel personally attacked here, but okay, I tell you, let
Okay, maybe
me.
you answer that, okay? That's best. That's better.
So the thing is about the where United are going to finish and what's really going to happen to them is I mean it's very very difficult to say because I think the team doesn't know how to play yet together. I think there's a lot of confusion from top to bottom. The buys they're going for are pure desperation, not only because they haven't signed anyone and because they've lost they've lost the game and all. It's also because the Glazers are coming under a lot of pressure. There's talk of a new owner, obviously the richest man in Britain.
Yep.
And normally, what happens when the Glazers come under pressure last minute is they try and buy a big name just to get the narrative towards that. The fact that instead of De Jong, it's coming towards Casemiro, bit worrying lah. Because obviously he'll make them better. He'll make the midfield better. Anyone would make the midfield better, but but he's not what I don't think he's what Ten Hag wants, because Ten Hag wants someone who can really carry the ball forward. I don't think that's what Casemiro can do. He may help in destroying. We need help there as well. But, we also have James Garner. I'm not sure why we're not playing him. I don't know. It's tough. I don't think we're finishing anywhere above sixth at the moment.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
All
think
right.
we're going above six. Yeah. It's going to take some time to arrest the slide. Once they win one or two, I don't know if there's an injury or something like that. The confidence goes off very quickly with this team. With this generation of United players, the confidence goes very fast. So, yeah.
I don't know whether should we be surprised, but United have not been linked with Nicholas Gaitan again.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Gaitan, Snyder, why not? All these.
Because I think there was a brief moment. I think Nicholas Gaitan is always been linked with United
Always.
for always.
Always.
Where is he now?
I think he's back in Argentina. I think he's River Plate, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken,
Yeah,
there was one game he had to end
Oh
up
no,
playing as a
he's
goalkeeper.
in Portugal. He's in Portugal right now.
Oh, okay.
He's playing for Pacos de Ferreira.
Ah, okay.
And I think no chance of him going to United. Like he's already 34. I think you know what JDT right now they have the position and everything. I saw the position. They saw 55-45. Urawa is 55% of possession. For me, right now, if you ask me, they are really missing Leandro Velasquez.
Mm,
Really,
mm.
in terms of his movement, passes, industry, because his little 1-2s, the neat plays and
Yep.
all that. They need. They're expecting that from Nazmi, and Nazmi so far has not been able to do that. And
Yeah.
Nazmi is the kind of player who gives final passes, those killer passes. So not being able to do that would be frustrating for them as well. 35 minutes. So far, I think JDT has got two really good chances, and I think they would want more if you ask me. Lah. So that's something that will be discussed during halftime as well.
That
Defensively, I
distribution.
think
Yep.
distribution has to be better. Lah.
Mhm. Because Leandro Velasquez is what can you say? Argentinian number 10. That's all. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with that combination.
Argentina number 10. Huh? Di Maria was 7 or 10 in United when he joined them. 7.
Seven.
Yeah, 7. Hey. Wait, yeah. Correct.
Seven. Yeah.
7. Yeah. For a minute, I thought it was Falcao, and then I remembered he had 9. Yeah. It seems like a lifetime ago.
No, it says a lot about the Glazers, like making these so-called marquee signings and not working out. It's something. I mean, it's the culture of the club. Because I mean, as an Arsenal fan, look at what United is going through. Obviously, at times you feel happy that they're not doing well, but at the same time, also you want them to compete because at the end of the day, they're one of the top clubs in England. And whenever we face United, it's always going to be feisty. I mean, for that matter, any club in England will want a feisty United. So yeah, I mean, hopefully they get to work things out, get better and so on. Because the amount of frustration that I see every week is kind of crazy, lah. I mean,
It is. Don says, yeah, it's not that bad. But again, you see, Casemiro was playing with Toni Kroos and Modric. How good did they make him look? Not to say he's a bad player, but when you're playing with those two, they play very different roles. Bruno
Yeah.
is not a midfielder who can carry the ball. Ericsson, perhaps a bit more than Bruno, but still not really that kind of player. I would think so, especially with his age. And you can't be expecting to play Christian Eriksen every game, surely. Can you?
Yep. That's true.
Yeah, he cannot be your main
I
engine
mean,
man.
the player can say that, look, I can play every game, but then the club has to monitor also after what happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, a year ago, sorry.
Oh boy.
That was lackadaisical defending. Ball watching at its best.
Urawa, like the saying goes, Urawa made it look easy.
Yeah, too easy. Oh, ball watching. Ayyo.
Yeah. I mean,
Got kissed by the Swede.
yeah.
I think for Urawa so far, no bias here, but I think the Swedish player has been doing quite well. David Moberg.
No bias here.
No, really. I mean, look at the way he's been running with the ball.
Yeah.
He's been direct and all that. So yeah, I mean, I have to mention the no bias because my Swedish allegiance.
No, look, I mean,
Hey,
credit
who
where
knows
it's
if he
due.
Who
Sorry?
knows if he performs well here, he could be selected for the national team. Let me just check whether he's played for Sweden before or not.
Yeah, and I mean, while you do that, let's give credit where it's due. That's a very good finish, because that's
Yep.
right top bins again.
Top beans. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that may be the same corner where he the second goal.
Oh, he has already played for Sweden 3 times. Scored 1 goal, but I think you know what? If he performs well here, he might go back again, lah.
Yeah, yeah.
He's 28.
Thank
Come
you,
on,
Tom.
Jan Anderson. Don't keep selecting those old players. Time to. I mean, yeah, he's 28, but still good age.
Yeah, yeah.
Because September is international week,
Mm, mm,
FIFA week.
mm. Oh, what a touch that was! I'm sorry, I'm a bit behind, but good lord, that little flick. Ooh. We're gonna have to watch out that this doesn't become a quite bad score.
To be frank, I don't think the scoreline does justice to what's
No,
being
I
actually
don't.
played
Yeah,
out on the field. Yeah,
no,
because
no.
it's not like JDT has been performing really bad.
Mhm,
They have been pushing, they have been taking the game towards Urawa.
mm.
Mhm.
I think Avi has froze. Quite funny pose, by the way. But yeah, never. I agree. I think they've given a good account of themselves. But it's very difficult to play a certain way when you're 2-0 down or you're one
Yeah,
nil
yeah.
down. So
Especially a team like Urawa, which they have oozing in class in everywhere. So you have to
mm,
play the perfect game against this kind of team.
yes,
And when one costly mistake happens, it changes the whole dynamic of how you respond to that. So,
exactly.
but still, I mean, I still give credit to JDT. I mean, they are keep pushing in, they keep playing. Yeah.
I think I should start talking about Sweden. My internet just went off.
Indeed, yeah.
Somebody sabotage Javi.
Yeah,
He's like, stop talking about Sweden. Enough.
even the internet is bored. It's a bit tough
Okay.
because, to be fair, the
Mm.
strike force hasn't really been able to shine or kind of
No, and also you can see frustration. Like Bergson is,
oh
getting
yeah, yeah.
frustrated with every touch, with every pass, with every ball.
Mm.
So that's also a factor. I think right now Bidoglu during halftime will have to do lots of talking, lah. Seriously. And the defending, just now the third goal. If I was the coach, I would be mad.
Mm, mm, mm. Okay, this could be a very silly question, but okay,
Mm.
if you are JDT's big boss now, what do you think? Do you keep it, try and manage the score, make it respectable? Do you try go for an early goal in the second half, but then you risk getting caught on the counter, making it 4-0?
Gee, it's
What
a
do you
knockout
think?
game. I would say go for the jugular.
Yeah, just
Fight
go
for
for
it.
it,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you're already down.
Mm. Yeah.
I mean, you lost the first half, try to win the second half. Simple as that.
Yeah,
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Even if you score 2 goals or so, you can, it's good. You can shout out by saying, look, we fought. You went to
yeah.
Japan, played in front of their fans, crazy amount of fans, and still show that, you know what, we are here to fight. So that's something that would be stressed upon lah in the dressing room. Right now, I think the coach would say that look, the players are frustrated. They will be, conceding faults and all that. We can't do anything about it.
Mm, mm,
Halftime, we
mm.
will, speak some sense and say, look, this is how we're going to do things and so on. I think right now he has to speak to Bergson by saying that, look, do not get frustrated. You will get the ball. It will come to you. And Forrest Terry, I think so far, whenever he has the ball, he has been exciting, but, the end product is not there yet. So I
Yes,
think
yes,
that is
yeah.
something that will be worked on. Lah. But yeah, Urawa is a different gravy lah in terms of their ability and also their performance in Asia. They have been really, really good and consistent. I have a feeling Nazmi might be subbed off in half time. I don't know why. I have a feeling lah.
No, I well, yeah, well. Sorry, my stream again is a bit behind, so I just saw him with the space in the middle, and not the right decision, lah. Let's just say that.
Who knows where Safi Rai may be coming? Is he play? Is he in there? Like, must check the subs.
I think he's on the bench. I think
Yeah,
he's
he's
on
on the bench, huh?
Yeah, could use experience someone like him, a cool head like him in the team.
Safik is more towards, creating chances. If you want to go direct and shock, thank God lah. I think somebody needs to tell Davies be careful.
Yeah.
You're watching it now, huh?
I am.
If you ask me, Jordi Ahmad has done okay in terms of distributing the ball and also not losing it lah. Not losing it. It's really good.
I mean, you guys are way more knowledgeable than me on this, but how on earth are these teams 7th in their league right now? It's correct, right? I think they're like somewhere
Yeah, they're
mid-table.
7th.
Yeah, it just shows you how good their league is, like, I suppose.
No, J-League in that sense, it changes all the time. In one season you'll have Urawa, another season you'll have Yokohama, another season you'll have, Nagoya. I think the best person to actually talk about this is Azri, because he follows the league quite fervently.
Oh, yes.
J-League and K-League, if I'm not mistaken. So one day we must actually get him on our show to speak about these J-League clubs and all that. Right now, Yokohama is first. For Anje Postecoglou's former club. I think it's Kevin Muscat who is the coach for Yokohama, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Took over from what's his name? Angel Postecoglou.
Ange Postecoglou. Honestly, I'm very bad with pronunciation of names.
No, same here, same.
Trust me, most people will have a tough time pronouncing his name.
First half is done, huh? So, okay, your thoughts on the game, last. I mean, usually I share it, but this time I want to hear it from Logan and Sivan.
Okay, if I'll go first, tough. It's a tough watch because I feel it. It's a cliche, but they always say goals change games, and definitely the first goal, the second, if maybe that first chance had gone in, things would have been different. So much of sports is about the mental game and the confidence, and obviously facing a 2-goal deficit in Japan, at a stage where you've never been before, thinking that, we've played pretty well. We've had 2 chances. I mean, 2 kind of small mistakes. They've punished us for both mistakes. Definitely your morale is going to go down a bit. I think they've given a very good account of themselves, a very good representation of Malaysian football. But tough to take. But not a disappointment at all. Yeah.
What about Sivan?
Same, because at the end of the day, when you play against teams like Urawa, you need to produce a perfect game. And every mistake is going to be absolutely costly. And I think it's fair to say that all 3 goals came from mistakes. From costly mistakes. So if they didn't produce those mistakes and they took their chances, perhaps our conversation will be a whole lot different right now. But at the end of the day, I think this is a process for JDT. And they will take a lot from this and come back stronger next season, because that's what this club is all about. They're always determined to show that they want to be part of the cream of crop of Asian football. They just don't want to just be there and just turn up and let's say hi and bye. They want to make a statement while they are there.
Okay, here is a small fact. I mean, this year they have faced 2 Japanese clubs, Kawasaki and also Urawa. 2 games against Kawasaki. The first game they drew 0-0 and they lost 5-1. The next one, I believe.
I think it was 5-0.
5-0. 5-0. And then today they're facing Urawa 3-0. So I think in terms of closing the gap, we have not closed the gap with Japanese sides. With K-League sides, I think we are able to compete with them. Today this season, their games against Ulsan has been really good. So I guess that's also a learning lesson. That's something to be processed by JDT. Also to be looked at, in terms of how we can close the gap with the Japanese sides. Instead of saying, J League, they are not first or second. Or no, sorry to say, every team in the J League, they are capable of surprising anyone. And I think it's a food for thought for JDT right now, in terms of how we're going to upstage these Japanese sides and so on. So yeah, that's Pengadil luar.
Pengadil luar, bro.
Azrul, I'm not going to touch that.
Nakal, yeah.
I see where he's coming from, but it's okay.
It's all right. Looking back at the... Yeah. No, that's true. But then, looking back at the impact, sometimes with fouls, right? The way you fall, the way the impact of the body, my goodness, it looked very hard, lah. And I'm sure in the heat of the moment, the referee would think, oh, that's a pretty tough foul.
No, also second thing is, I think Faisal misjudged it as well.
Yeah, for sure.
But to my eye, it looked a little harsh, but I think the referee gave it because of reasons that I mentioned just now earlier in the show. And even this also, like, see,
I'm sorry, I'm still behind, so I'm not sure what we're looking at.
No, they're showing the same replay again. I think they're questioning the penalty decision. And where is this referee from? I need to double check. Gee, you have the list with you, right?
I do have the list. It's off screens. Oh, give me a minute. Definitely luar lah. So, to Azrul's point.
Ya, pengadil tu luar, bro. Itu tak boleh disangkal. Itu saja yang kita boleh cakap.
Okay, I have a question. Not sure what you guys think of it. If you look back at the replay, Urawa had a few chances where they got the ball into the box. So you're talking about the second ball and perhaps even the third ball. In the build-up, Farizal and I'm not sure whether it's Corbin kind of had a miscommunication as well.
Okay.
So both times, maybe Farizal missed the ball because I think the second clearance came off of Corbin.
Corbin.
Yeah. So I think he went for the ball twice and both times didn't get it. I could be wrong though. Let's check out the replay later. Okay,
No, the referee is not mentioned there.
He's not.
He's not.
He's not.
AFC protecting the refs.
Yeah, there's no one here. Unless his name is Start List. No, there's nothing.
Day.
What a free kick this is.
Yeah, that was a good free kick.
Look at the follow through. Look at where his left foot ends up, Oh my goodness. Incredible technique. There is no way a keeper can get there because I think it hit the post, right? Before going in.
Yep.
That is a left foot. Much like the flop Gareth Bale. Sorry, a bit of an inside joke for anyone who's watched our previous episodes.
I do not know if he's watching it or not. If he hears this, he'll be like, why? No. I think now Bale will not be the topic of conversation anymore. If he were to come back to the show, I think he'll be talking about Lisandro.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We should ask this question to Sivan then. What's your thoughts on the criticism?
Yes.
Perfect. So your thoughts on Lisandro joining United and also the criticism that he has been getting. We want to hear your point of view about it.
I think the criticism of his height is illogical, if you ask me. Because when everybody says that coaches are going for his height, let's remember that he has been playing. He's been around the blocks for a few seasons, and I think with regards to his height, I'm sure all this while, even in the Dutch league and in the Champions League, all this season, coaches would have figured out, or would have taken their chance on that. The question is who he has beside him. I think that's what people need to question. Right. I think that's why people need to be mindful, okay? I remember people saying, Cannavaro, he's not that tall either. Neither was
Oh, yeah.
Daniel Passarella. But the partnership they had, the players that were beside him. I mean, frankly speaking, I got nothing against Harry Maguire, but if you put Franco Baresi to Harry Maguire, he will turn Baresi into a
Embarrassment.
Titus Bramble.
Embarrassment. You're right. You have a point.
So-
like Cannavaro's partner was Nesta. Nesta was tall and was
Exactly.
was,
So
was a good defender as well.
So, for me, again, the question is, when Eric Ten Hag decided to bring Lisandro Martinez, what did he had in mind of partnering him with Harry Maguire, or what plan did he have? Because I'm sure as a coach, he should have figured out all this. So I'm a little bit 50-50 on the criticism, whether the coach should take some of the blame with regards to what's happening with Lisandro Martinez in Man United.
I mean,
Because
looking at his
let's be mindful.
performance-
I mean, Lisandro practically wanted to come to United because he wanted to play with this coach. This is the coach who made him the player he is today in Europe. Yeah.
Do you think this is going to impact his performance in Qatar? Because I know he's
Well, for
is
now-
he a starter for Argentina?
Nah, not really at the moment. Right now, at the moment, the partnership is between Cristian Romero and Nicolas Otamendi.
Oh,
So,
too hard.
but so it's really, he's going to be a part of the squad, that's for sure. But how much he's going to feature, again, it depends on how the season unfolds.
It's not going to unfold well, probably.
Okay, now moving away from Lisandro, I'm going to share some stats from the game today. Okay, so Urawa has 56% of possession. JDT at 44%. Total shots, Urawa has 10. JDT has 5. Big chances, Urawa has 4. JDT 0. Big chances miss, Urawa 2. JDT 0. Accurate passes, Urawa is 81%. They made 194 accurate passes. JDT 147 accurate passes, 78%. So 3% lesser than Urawa. Falls committed, Joe has the highest number of falls committed with 7. Shots on target, okay, Urawa has 4, JDT has 1. Off target, JDT has 1, Urawa has 4. Okay, so in shots inside the box, Urawa has 8, JDT has 2. Outside the box, JDT has 3, Urawa has 2. And we know why JDT players love to take shots from outside the box, so it's quite obvious, from the stat that I'm reading. Okay, passes into opposition area, Urawa has dominated. So they have 80. JDT also actually not bad, 77 actually in opposition half. So yeah, the one glaring thing is the duels won. So JDT has only won 32% of their duels. Urawa has won 68% of their duels. That's quite high in modern football. And then ground duels won 73%, Urawa, JDT only 27%. Aerial duels won 57%, Urawa, JDT 43%. Successful dribbles, Urawa 100%.
That's big. I kept seeing them dribble. I said, for me, it's 3-0 to Urawa.
Yeah, 3-0 to
Sorry, carry on.
So yeah, those are the stats. And defensively, JDT has the highest number of interceptions with 7, which I think Nacho and Kiko pula. Nacho and Jordi had the most number of interceptions. Clearance also they have 7, which is the highest. Blocks, Urawa has 3, the highest compared to JDT. Tackles 1, Urawa 57%. So you can see that Urawa, in terms of efficiency, they're really good. And for me, the number of blocks 3 shows that defensively they're very alert. They're mindful. They're not ball watching. They're really stuck to their principles of making sure that look, we can nullify JDT. They will take long shots, but we will be able to block them. So I think that's the story of the first half. I think if you ask me, Urawa has been a a class on their own tonight so far in the first half. They've been way better than JDT. I hope JDT can bounce back lah. So yeah, I would be interested to see the full-time stats lah on how it turned out and so on. The best player in that half, based on the stats that I got, is David Boberg lah. Okay, so he's got 2 goals and then accurate passes 13 out of 20, had 5 shots.
Mm-hmm.
He had 28 touches. 28 touches. Yeah. He, in terms of, his attacking output has been good, efficient, I would say. Okay.
The moment you started talking about the Swedish player, you start to freeze, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, exactly. I know what is.
Yeah. I think Unify hates the fact that I support Sweden. It's okay.
The football world is all about Haaland. So everyone's. There's only one Scandinavian name now.
That's true.
Right now, is there anyone on that bench, JDT's bench, that they can realistically bring on and maybe make a change?
Urawa are making changes, bro. The Indonesian will come for JDT said because of Jody Ahmad. Why lah? For what?
What?
Jody Ahmad has been.
Right, this time he wasn't talking about Sweden.
Big stage, So I think.
Sorry, Avi, can you just repeat that again? I think you broke halfway through.
Oh, sorry. Where did I break?
So big stage. Then you came back.
Yeah. I mean, Jody Ahmad is playing the big stage. He's playing for a club that is playing in the big stage. So I think that's a really good platform also. I mean, a lot of Indonesians had complained that, why did he join JDT? Because they saw it as a sort of a step down. But if you ask me, I don't think so. Because JDT is playing in the Champions League and in the domestic league also, the past few weeks they've been given stern fights, like especially when they played Terengganu the last time around. So I think, it's Jody's choice. We can't say anything about it. And he's been given the passport. So he's going to help JDT. I mean, he's going to help Indonesian football. I hope he helps. That's very important. Okay, if you ask me, in the those on the bench, those who can make an impact, Safawi Rashid because of his directness, because we need players who can take shots. He's someone who can suppress you with his shots, with his left-footed shots. So I think that's one. Who else?
I mean, what about Safi Rahim? They could use a cool head in the middle.
Safi Rahim, yeah, that's an option as well. But I think the coach will be thinking about, we will be attacking, but he needs pivots. So I think he will still stick to Nacho and Jordi. If you ask me, Jordi and Nacho have played well. They have played well. I think they shouldn't be taken off. Maybe Nazmi will be taken off from Safik. Maybe Safik can play in an advanced role. For me, it's either Safik or Safawi, because Safawi has been playing in that number 10 role also, even though he's not the kind of player who makes the slow passes, but his shot taking is something that is valued by many people. I mean, those in JDT, if you ask me. Sumari also could play.
Yeah.
Sumari also could play. Sumari and then Ramadan Saifullah. So yeah, I think 5 subs. 5 subs, if I'm not mistaken.
But so far, JDT haven't made any, right?
Haven't made any changes. Urawa has made 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I saw 3. Just now you made a point where I think against the J League sides, maybe not optimal, but I think we've closed the gap to the Korean sides. Tournament wins and tournament football, so much depends on the draw and opponents. As an England fan, I know that very well. When you get an easier draw or a team that's better suited to your style of play, it becomes a lot easier. So this time may be tough, but then again, when you look at so many of the examples when you have let's say I don't want to call JDT a smaller club, in the Asian perspective, maybe Malaysian clubs are slightly smaller, But when you look at the Champions League in Europe and all, when you have these smaller clubs coming in, of course they're not going to succeed the first time. It'll take some time. They build on, build on, build on. I mean, this isn't the end for sure for JDT. I think it's a valuable lesson, and definitely they're going to improve on this.
For me, it's a year-to-year progress, because in
Yeah.
terms of progression, I think JDT in the Champions League, they've done okay. They've done well. This
Yeah,
season
yeah.
was a shock. Nobody expected them to top the group, but they did. That itself is a sign of success, if you ask me. So
Yes.
today's defeat against Urawa, a lot of people will be saying, the scoreline and so on, but it's a learning process, it's a learning lesson, and I think the players will come back hungrier.
Yes,
That's for
yes,
sure.
yes.
The disappointment in Asia would spur them in the domestic scene. I think other teams will have to be afraid now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's how they play. Because Africa final is also coming. Some would say that, the position that they're in right now, if they lose the game tonight, it would have an impact on September 10th. But I think that's not the case. They would be hungrier. I'm sure the team owner would do something to spur them up.
Yeah.
By saying that, look, this is something for you all to show that we are not over, we are not done yet. Let's assert ourselves in the domestic scene. And next season, FA Cup and Malaysia Cup could have format change. So for the current format, let's win it in this the current format. Let's just say that in this current format, we were the last champions. That's something. I think that's a point that they would emphasize on, if you ask me. But if you ask me, no shame at all. I mean, if they lose tonight, so they shouldn't feel. I mean, disappointment would be there, but they shouldn't feel any shame.
Yeah.
They shouldn't feel any shame.
I mean, I like to look at it in the same way like how we look at Greek clubs or Turkish clubs in the Champions League, who every season they come in, they're not expected to win, but they are always there to spoil someone's party,
Exactly.
or keep progressing further. And the national team benefited out of it.
Yeah.
And they're crazy fans.
Yes.
Did you see the chance just now, the through pass? It was
Oh, yeah,
perfect.
I know.
Inch perfect.
Oh, the composure with the ball is something something else.
I read an article saying that through passes is a dying art.
Oh, yeah.
It was quite a
Definitely
good
not with
article,
them.
actually.
Yeah.
Definitely not with them. Because
Another
they say
set
the
piece.
style of football has changed a lot, that teams don't want to play through passes anymore because it would induce more. I mean, the chances of you getting a goal or setting someone free is lower compared to the short, intricate passes that lots of teams employ. So it's an fascinating article that I read on the Athletic. So that's something that's this one. So the Michael Cox one, I want to read that one, the 1-0 one. I haven't had the time to read all those articles yet, statistical articles.
Is there a size discrepancy? No, right?
No, I don't
No,
think
not
so.
really. I don't say. But set piece, for some reason, we're a bit nervy. Even this one also, like ball wasn't really cleared quickly.
And the way Urawa is pressing, I would call this smart pressing. They're not all
Yes,
over
yes.
the place. They know who to target and so on. So far, that's my observation that I've seen. To be honest with you, I'm liking this Jordi and Nacho combination. Really, I'm very impressed.
As you said, something probably the rest of
Oi,
the local
oi,
scene.
oi, oi, ref. He held the ball too long. He just fell, Arif.
Yeah.
But then that's his nature, he fights. I don't know. I have a feeling Arif Aiman will be highly sought after player next season. In Malaysia, no chance. He will only play for JDT.
Yeah.
But overseas, I think he might raise some interest lah. J League, K League, European League, he is one player that I really want to see playing overseas. Actually, mm.
I think. I mean, I kind of wish that the Champions League was more mixed up, like the East and West, because I would like to see this JDT team taking on teams like Al Ali or Al Ain, those kind of clubs.
Actually,
Where
that
do
is
they
one thing
stand?
that I agree with you. I actually agree with you because the reason why they are doing this kind of format is because one traveling. They don't want to.
Yeah, logistics
Yeah,
lah.
yeah.
Huh?
Logistics is
Understand.
a reason why the format is such lah. Like even in AFC Cup also we have the Asian zone, ASEAN zone, South Asian zone, and the East zone and all that. So it's because of logistics lah, and also the pricing. I mean, if we have the resources like UEFA, if all the clubs have the resources like European clubs, I think we can go for an open format where we face teams from like Saudi and then we face teams from like Vietnam or something like that. But because of logistics and financial reasons, they have to do that format lah. I think many people have asked that. Many people wished for that to happen, but AFC have been really smart in that sense. Like they don't want to burden the clubs, and they also
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
want to burden themselves by because they have to give the TV rights money and all that. So they have to be smart as well. That's why the format is such. Mm.
However, having said that, obviously for Europe, I don't think the travel. Okay, Russian teams aside, the traveling is probably not as big as.
Not as bad as Asia, actually.
Yeah,
Nah.
yeah. It's huge. But two subs on for JDT.
Wait, what minute you in G?
I'm sorry, 52-42. What
50.
have they made another one? Is it since then?
Afik is in.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
did Afik come in?
Just a few minutes ago.
Seconds ago.
Yeah. Just only. Afiq and Ramadan, I think.
Okay. But why they brought in Afik? I mean, no, nothing against Afik. Afik is a good player, but they need someone with those, killer passes. Maybe I think the coach believes that Afik can do that, lah.
Maybe because he's new, he got confused between Afiq and Safiq. So, sorry. Sorry, the jokes never stop here.
But it was a good one, lame but good one. Lah.
Oh no, terrible joke. I'll be the first to admit it.
Hey, to those who are watching the Watchalong, if you have any questions, please do ask them dalam bahasa Melayu ke, bahasa Inggeris ke, mana-mana pun boleh kita akan jawab lah. And to an Arsenal fan saying that I pray that this Casemiro signing will be like when you Lord sign Schweinsteiger, behave yourself, boy.
Schweinsteiger wasn't. I don't know. I had a lot of hope for that Schneiderlin-Schweinsteiger partnership.
Actually, yeah. No, the problem is United, they made the good signings, but the players who joined them somehow, it just doesn't click. Is it because of the coaching or is it because of the culture of the club? Something's not right. And if you ask me right now, sorry?
I think Luis Van Gaal did once came out an article that when he joined United, he made a list of 11 players, but he ended up got 11 players that he never really wanted, was not even part of that list.
Yes, it's the same problem throughout this whole thing. When Ferguson left, I mean, Ferguson was the only one who could really kind of get his own place because David Gill was there as well, right? So now, even, okay, we were asking the question about Martinez just now. So Martinez was reportedly not his first
Second
choice.
Yeah.
His first choice was, of course, Julian Timber. So God knows why he's only going for his own former players, but that also points to the lack of scouting for United. The fact that they can't give him any better alternatives. It's a problem. Shafiq has an interesting question. Why this JDT doesn't look as aggressive as before? Because maybe, they're playing away. There's no home advantage.
My take would be after they considered the second goal.
I think it's after the goals, because if you look at the first few minutes, they were aggressive. They were going for it.
They were going for it.
It can get a bit demoralizing also playing against a team like this technically.
And if you ask me, scoring a free kick like that,
oh my goodness,
it can puncture your heart, wow, he just scored that, and can we come back from that? mindset. All these things will be running in their head. So yeah, but if you ask me in terms of distribution of the ball and trying to make an impact, they're still doing something. JDT, if you ask me, lah. And Fernando Forestieri surprisingly has been a little quiet today. If you ask me if he had scored the chance just now he had, when he hesitated, we would have seen the Forestieri that we all know, lah. So I think it's these moments, these small moments.
It is
can
its
have an impact
moments,
on a
yeah.
place. Yeah. So that's the nature of football, lah. You have these moments where it can, launch you to the sky or can bring you down, lah. That's the case. If you ask me, so far Arif Ahmed is doing well. He knows there'll be 2-3 fellas coming at him, but he still wants to dribble. So that is a sign of something that you see, those moments should inspire the others. And I think Nacho and Jordi have been doing well in midfield in terms of, interceptions and all that. I've been very impressed with that pivot partnership. Really.
You mentioned just now Azri. Azri is here. So yeah, I mean, again, our J League expert. I was wondering why they were so low in the table, but maybe they're clicking into form. Just the wrong time for JDT, lah. Yeah.
So far for me, the players in JDT that have impressed me are Arif, Jordi Ahmad, and Nacho Insa. Really, they have been
Considering this is the first time they're playing together against this midfield, pretty good, lah.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Ooh, they took off Shahrul Saad. No, Shahrul Saad is playing.
Just now the 2 subs, is it?
Wait, Davies is not playing. So
Yeah,
Shahrul
Davies
Saad is playing as head back.
I think it was Davies and Nazmi, right? Just now?
Nazmi Faiz.
They came off. I think those 2 came off.
So looks like Afik is playing the role of a deep line playmaker. Ramadan Saifullah, I mean, this guy, when he first burst into the scene, what a player. What a player. But then he got injured, recovery and all that. I hope he gets back to his old form. Because when he comes back to that form, he's unstoppable. And today, Bergson has been frustrated.
Yeah.
The thing, what I told you just now, Urawa knows that if they can frustrate him, that's it. Stop that goal flow. I mean, the main goal scorer already. So I think that's what they've done well.
But it's good to see them trying, lah. It's good to see they're not holding back.
Yeah.
They are trying, They are trying. The problem is they have the possession, but not being able to penetrate into the opposition penalty box. So that's a bit tough. They are in the opposition half, but it's getting into the box. That needs to be. That's something that they will discuss on,
There has not been like a mental collapse or a loss of identity or anything like that. They're still maintaining who they are. I can give you a lot of teams who do that once they go a few goals behind. my team.
No, don't.
Yeah. But okay, going back here. But good question. Ramadan, Akia, Sumare, who should start? What do you guys think? I think Avi has frozen again. Sivan, what do you think between these 3?
I mean, didn't Akia played well for JDT in Malaysia in the past few months?
Yeah.
He played well for Malaysia. JDT is not be getting his chances. I don't know why.
Come on. Sorry, delayed. Wait, was I the only one who saw that? Am I that behind? Like goal line clearance thing? No.
What minute you in, Naji?
60-41.
I'm
52.
10. Same as Avi.
Oh, okay. So I'm ahead. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, behind us by
Gee,
10
no,
seconds.
you are not ahead.
Hmm.
Wait, I don't know who is ahead now.
Okay, no, I'm like, I'm watching the replay of the goal line clearance now.
I think I'm frozen. Am I?
No.
Your audio is coming along, but your picture is slightly frozen. But you look hilarious, so I'm going to keep it on the screen. Okay, no. All right, you're back. You're back. So Azri's got another
I think
interesting
I'm back
insight
now.
here.
Am I?
Yeah, you're back. You're back. You're back. Yeah.
Hello?
So apparently, yeah, the Urawa gaffer has managed to turn their fortunes around.
Ayyo.
But Azri, what would you rate this performance from Urawa? Based on how you normally watch them and all. Is this like a 8 or a 7 out of 10 for them? We shall await his answer. But I think JDT is still pressing, and Avi's line is completely given up. I suppose.
They're not backing down. That's one
They're
thing I
not
can tell
backing
about JDT. They're not. They're going for it.
I mean, if Azri is saying this is an 8 out of 10 from them, that means, yeah, if
Wow.
they've just come up against a very good team on a very good day for that team.
Mm-hmm.
Avi, did you
What's
think
that?
about
8 out?
something Swedish or something?
No, nothing
No.
Swedish actually. Wondering why. What was the 8 out of 10 for? Huh?
I know I had asked
Well-
Azri what would he rate Urawa's performance. My goodness, Avi, your line is really giving up. Okay, I'll be kind and take that photo off. Okay. But one good thing, it's been quite an open match, lah.
Yeah.
It's quite end to end. There's a lot of space, so it's been quite a nice, entertaining. Score's not been fantastic for us, but at least it's not been cagey.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, for me, kudos to JDT lah. I mean, it just goes to
Yeah.
shows what every whatever work they put in, it's paying dividend.
Yeah, definitely. Again, if they had somehow got maybe another team, maybe as luck would have it, they could have met in the semi-final
definitely,
or something.
definitely,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, what a nice cutback that was. So I think Urawa is making another sub, probably just resting players at the moment, lah. 65 minutes, the job is done. Unless something quite shocking happens, then maybe I see something different. But yeah.
Can't see anything shocking happens, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I'm just hoping for JDT to shake them up a little bit.
Yeah. That would be good. And sometimes the luck is just not there. Like just now that goal line clearance was a very good chance.
Yeah.
It was 3-1, at least okay lah. You got important thing now is to maybe not concede another one lah, because it's funny, score lines are very strange. Sometimes a 3-0 and a 4-0 is very different. A 4-0 and a 5-0 is very different.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. No pen, no. Okay, all right.
Where did Avi go?
Yeah, Avi I think he needs to restart his internet. But okay, wait. I need to see the replay. That wasn't a pen at all. Not even.
No, it's not a penalty.
Yeah, lah.
But I just don't know why they stopped the play when Bergson managed to get back the ball.
So Azri is saying that Carlson was definitely in hot form. I mean, you can see that, lah. My goodness, those finishes. I mean, the third goal, I don't want to kind of trivialize that finish, because okay, you're in front of the goal, that's fine, but you still got bodies in front of you to make sure that no one blocks you, or to put it in like right in the top corner again. Incredible composure, very good technique. Avi, we were talking about Carlson and somehow you got disconnected. This time Azri said it, but
No, my line has been bad. Lah. I mean, yeah, what's happening? What was discussed and so on?
Sorry, no, I mean, I was saying that, even just now, like Carlson's second goal shouldn't be like underestimated. Because Azri is saying that he's in really, really good form.
Actually, yeah, wait, let me double check on his form. I mean, should I do it? I'm not. My internet will cut off again.
Yeah, but it's all right. Let's just enjoy it. I think we can agree that he was the difference maker. Because look, I mean, let's be honest. If the free kick had gone nowhere, you're looking at 1-0, maybe. Okay.
Okay.
Second.
David Moberg's form has been really good. Started 10 games, scored 8 goals.
Wow.
Assisted
Yikes.
1. His goals inside the box 7 out of 8. Outside the box 1 out of 8. This is before the JDT game, so I think that would change. Chances
One of each.
created. His shots on target 87%. For a winger, that is insane. Surprisingly, his crosses is pretty low. He has only got 5 crosses in the J League out of 10 games. And accuracy is 16%, 1-6.
And he's in the running for the Golden Boot Award, right?
I believe so, yes. So, yeah, interesting. What a tackle, Lowry. I miss those kind of tackles. So, okay. Up to the, what minute are we in now?
I'm at 68-21.
Okay, we can say 70. Up to the 70th minute, the best player for JDT in terms of stats, Arif Ahmed. He has completed the most dribbles, 3 accurate passes for someone who loves to dribble, 80% passing accuracy. So that's like 28 out of 38, 35 passes. Created 2 chances, had 1 shot, which was earlier in the first half. He has had 60 touches with the ball. 50% of his dribbles were successful. Sadly, accurate crosses 0. He has taken 4 crosses, none of them were accurate. He has been dispossessed once, but his defensive work has been good. 7 recoveries. 7 recoveries, and he has won 44% of his duels. So that's your best JDT player at the moment, up to the 70th minute.
But
My God, did the Scholz just do a Beckenbauer? Signing from centre back, right?
Yeah.
There's Safari is coming. I think Shafiq. Surprisingly, Shafiq is not being.
But here's the thing. It's interesting that you said his defensive work has been good. I feel that in the second half, Urawa's attacks have been most dangerous down his flank.
His flanker.
Like when they counter, they're coming more towards his side. I'm not sure
why?
whether
Because David is not there.
Yeah. That's the thing. It could be a reflection on that rather than And of course, Kobe Nong is on the other side. So
Other side. I think now JDT is going for the jugular. They're going to use Nacho as the only number 6. Oh no, Afiq will go down. Will be beside Nacho, I believe. Where is Shami going to play though?
good lord. Well, that wasn't Beckenbauer.
Okay, Shami is playing on the right flank. Understandable. Adapavi.
What minute are you in, Avi?
71-10.
Oh my goodness! All right,
You're in.
I'm fully 10 seconds behind you, but it's all right.
See, JDT is so accustomed to that, neat, intricate passing play.
Hmm.
They're missing Leandro today, if you ask me.
Hmm.
Really missing him. I mean, he has his haters also, Leandro, because of his showmanship. I think a lot of people have spoken about it, but then as a player, he's been excellent, lah. He makes football look simple with his passes as movement, and then why is Nacho getting a yellow? What did he do?
Is it like maybe? Oh no, no, he's probably mouthing off to the ref or not. Like yeah.
Azri also said, no wonder I feel someone notable is missing the JDT lineup.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, Leandro is an important player for JDT. That's no ifs and buts about it.
No, I mean, like I said, for someone who's coming back after a while and then with a new signing alongside him, yeah, it's expected that maybe there may be some teething problems.
But to be fair to Nacho, I think he did well with Jody.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't say he put a foot wrong in the game. Just that, okay, the Swedish fellow is coming in again. My God, this guy is damn good. He is not fancy, and yeah, he's stupid at times of missing the ball there. I think that's a part of, it's been a while since you watch a player, a winger who is so direct, being able to score such goals. It's nice, lah.
It is. I must say, though, good tackle from Corbin again. I think was it Scott Olorenshaw who said that? I mean, just his dependability. I can't remember. Was it him or
Reliability and dependability. I think it's Scott.
Yeah,
If I'm not
I
mistaken.
think it was. Yeah.
I think Safawi right now they need to make sure that he has the space to take shots.
Yes.
If he's- don't let him move the ball too often. Just make sure that he has a place to take time and take his shots. Bergson coming deep shows that he's really frustrated. He wants passes.
One thing maybe we haven't mentioned so much. Not sure whether it's an actual thing, but the fact that we almost forget there's a new coach there. Yeah. Although of course this is very much, of course Mora's impact would probably still be felt, but it is something new and all. So,
But to be
I don't-
fair,
yeah.
I mean, when Bidoglio came in, the team was already dominant. They already have this style of play, and TMJ also said that he hires coaches that he believes would continue the style of play that he wants, that he caves for. So yeah, but today's game, I think, is not because of new coach or anything like that. I believe it's just that Urawa were better today, were effective actually, and they were look at this Moberg guy, damn good, I think they haven't substituted him because they want him to get a hat trick. That's my belief, lah. Don't hang. Okay. See, now they're bringing their target man, Kasper Junker. Also, one more thing, depth. But then JDT also has really good depth,
Yeah.
It's just that these players are experienced. They know how they play and all that. See, they can afford to bring in their main target man as a sub. He's not start. He didn't start today.
But JDT can bring in BolaBola, so I mean.
Hey.
No, I just said that, I mean, just just as its own no context sentence. They can.
Don't want, bro. Don't want, bro.
No, wait. Okay, okay,
You will
okay,
be
okay.
you will be the most hated person in the country, bro. Don't.
Okay, sesiapa ada soalan tentang statement yang diberikan oleh Logan tu, silalah tanya, silalah bagi olahan anda.
Look,
Ada
all I am
masalah.
saying is they have the capability to bring him on. That's all.
Is he in the
They
subs though?
I'm not sure. I saw him coming off the team.
I
bus,
thought he's
think.
part of the I thought he's part of the squad that travel.
Squad that travel is one thing. Being part of the 18 is another. He can, yeah.
I mean, credit to him. I would say he tries lah.
He does try. No, that is.
It's just whether whatever he's giving is it good enough or not. That's all. Yeah.
He does try. Yeah. I think sometimes as fans, we tend to look at how the game goes and all this kind of thing. We forget that professional sports has so many little variables to it.
Yeah, it is.
The game evolves so quickly.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right. That's why whenever I want to speak about players, you have to think twice, like what kind of dynamics they're in. Yeah, and so on. I mean, at the end of the day, you want to write stories that sells it. I mean, you want the headlines to sell papers and so on. Still, sometimes you have to think rationally, like why the play is in such form and all that. Not just footballers, but other athletes,
there is a human being behind that headline.
Exactly.
There is a person, there is a life, there's a family, all this kind of thing. So. I mean, completely unrelated, but I was watching the Menti Teo story. Oh my god, on Netflix.
You finished watching it, G?
Dude, I did. Oh my god, what? I mean, when it was happening, I remember seeing the memes and the jokes. I'm not really an NFL fan, so yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, I know.
I did not realize what horrors was going on behind the scenes. If anyone has Netflix and hasn't watched it, please watch that.
Yeah, please watch it.
What's
You
the
know
name of the
what?
show?
After
it's Untold. The series about sports controversies. Yeah, the latest one.
Okay. All right.
the latest one is with Menti Teo, the girlfriend that never existed.
Okay. Yeah, I remember seeing that. Yeah, I remember seeing in one of my
good.
short lists.
No, the fact that really caught my not really caught my attention, but I respect Menti Teo because after what that fella did to him, he still forgave him.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. And he still and he still has the mindset of telling people, look, you want to meme me, go ahead. But then there's some people who are going to support me. I'm going to support those people, but putting up good for one side. That mindset is really good. I felt for him for what he went through. Really.
No, yeah.
No one deserves that. No one deserves that.
And for it to happen to someone as good as him is very, very sad. And I don't mean good as in talent. He's a fantastic athlete, but he was really a good person as well. Yeah.
Yep. Good human being.
Yeah, really good human being. That series is really good. Untold is very, very interesting.
Untold is good. Never forget the mayhem at where?
The Malice at the Palace.
Malice at the Palace. That was good.
That was there. That was good. Yeah.
Oh my god. Just now Casper Junker could have scored.
I think JDT deserve one. Then the scoreline is a bit more representative of what's happened. Yeah. Okay, maybe we're biased. Because for sure, Urawa deserves the win, but
Yeah, for sure. No doubts about it, actually. They deserve the win.
So random, but I saw a pic of Nagoya Grampus kit they use versus Jubilee Irwata. The kit is like putting the Para flag on Negeri Sembilan.
I think right now what JDT is going through in this game, also some of the players lacking confidence. The conviction their passes has been really poor. especially those who just came in lah. Actually, I'm looking forward to Japan this year in the World Cup. I really hope they do well.
Who they got in their group again? Forgive me, I've forgotten. We did a reaction to the World Cup draw. But
Yeah, I know, and we forgot.
It's
okay.
very long. I can't even remember England's group.
It's okay, G. We are Malaysian.
No.
We forget things.
No, it's not England's group. England group is Iran, Wales, and USA.
Okay. They're in Group B: Spain, Costa Rica, Germany.
Okay.
Group of death, sort of.
Okay. Well, I mean, they could still spring a surprise. One thing about Spain is they,
There was, quite a good shot actually.
Yeah.
I think so far, that's the best thing from him in this game?
Bergson, yeah.
It's funny sometimes. You're talking a lot about how the intricate passing and all this kind of thing. It's admirable, but sometimes you just need to whack lah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm reminded of that. I think United had a quarter-final or something against Porto, and it was so kg. All Ronaldo just whacked one from like 40 yards away. That's sometimes all you can do is that. So Azri is weighing in about the Japan.
Hajime Mori, so yes, many have been
Yeah.
saying that actually. Many have been saying that. Yeah. But I don't know why. I just feel like maybe they might spring a surprise or two, because the players that they have, the European-based players that they have at the moment, all of them are first teamers. They're performing.
What's the fixture like? Are they playing either Germany or Spain in the first game?
4-0.
First, second game?
Urawa just got their 4 goal.
Oh boy.
I mean, the counter, they were completely open lah.
Yeah. So you were saying about the fixtures. Who they're playing first, is it?
At least the first two game. If it's not against either Germany or Spain, then maybe.
Their first game is against Germany.
Mm.
And their second game is against Costa Rica.
That means Spain against Germany for that time. Huh?
So on paper, Costa Rica is a must-win game, basically.
Yep. They have to beat Costa Rica. Costa Rica is a team in transition, so handsome ba kamu ni, siapa tu ba?
JB, thank you.
Siapa? This is the most random comment that we have had in a while. What the handsome BH kamu ni?
I believe
Semua
it.
lah,
I believe it's for you, bro.
Tiga
I believe
will
it's for
take
you,
the
bro. I believe dedicated to you, bro.
I think dedicated Logan lah.
No. It's all three of us. Kamu
Our
means tiga,
resident
all three of
Sabahan
us.
in this
No, it is good lah because we are having not so good news on the pitch, and then we'll all take it. But it's interesting. If let's say if you look at that group, right, Japan, Germany, most probably are not going to. Do you think there's a chance Spain collapse again? Spain are prone to this kind of things.
I have a feeling Spain will get to the knockout stages because if you ask me, Luis Enrique, he did say that he's not planning to win the 2022 World Cup. The aim is 2026, actually, because they've got young players in their squad.
Yeah, but oh my God, what young players again?
Pedri, Nico, Pau Torres, and then Gavi.
Yes.
All these players slowly coming up. Then somehow one or two players would emerge from out of nowhere. Not to forget Eric Garcia. Spain in that sense, certainly out of nowhere you'll hear new names, new talents. So
Yeah,
and Enrique is being realistic, But who knows? Morata certainly scored 2 goals for Atletico this time around.
that's all right.
And he is Spain's number 9 at the moment. No other players are.
He was also linked to Man United.
I saw. I read that. I took it with a pinch of salt.
If I could throw a walk of salt
tonight, I think
on
almost 50% of our conversation centered on United.
Yeah, well,
they still remains the talk of the town, lah. Let's hope they. I don't know, lah. What happens after the Liverpool game? I think there will be more scrutiny if you ask me.
Oh yes, yes.
But both sides, actually, to be fair, even Liverpool also. If Liverpool loses, there'll be lots of question marks, scrutiny, and so on. And then now people will be talking about Nunes being stupid for attempting, not attempting, I mean for doing that hit, but so yeah.
But that was another Scandinavian who terrorized him throughout that whole match, right?
Joachim Henderson is something else, lah.
Yeah.
I will never forget the game we played against Arsenal. Even though we won, I mean, even though Arsenal won 2-0, but the amount of passes he made from the back, oh my god, typical quarterback performance. I think he had 11 long passes, if I'm not mistaken. And those were straight to the attackers. Not even just simply pump the ball. He was doing it literally for the attackers. And his aim was Zaha and Eze. That's it. What a player. Safawi, right? That's why he needs to get the shots. They need to see it. But this 4-0 defeat is demoralizing.
Yeah.
Because they would have gone there to say, look, I want to fight and all that. They did fight. It's just that, against the run of play and the brilliance of a certain sweet.
Okay, Avi's going to get disconnected.
This is going to be bad news for the rest of the teams in Malaysia because.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I mean that.
Like I said just now.
I mean, not obviously rivals will be laughing at them today and tomorrow, but once the games, the season, I mean, the league start to resume when the FA Cup comes around, JDT will definitely want to make a statement again.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, the last thing anyone needs is an angry JDT.
Yep.
Yeah. JDT with like inspiration and a motive.
I would say, the defeat is painful, but there were some moments that were encouraging. Like, I think Jordi and Nacho's combination will be something to look out for. And then what else? Arif Ahmed remains a super player. Tonight, to me, if you ask me, he was one of JDT's best players. So there are encouraging signs, lah. Maybe Bergson and this one is taking it out of frustration, but then there are good chances as well, lah.
So Azri said, actually, their target man, if he wasn't injured.
Yeah, I'm aware of it. Yeah, he's been injured a lot actually. Junker. Yes, Linson, exactly. They signed Linson in the first game. He got injured in a friendly against PSG. What's that game? Yes, Brian Linson, for a Feyenoord player. Okay, somebody had one comment there saying JDT Koya already.
No, I mean, like Sivan, as you said, now the rivals, it's time for them to enjoy it, So
I mean, it's part of the game. Yeah. In fact, one thing I realized this season with JDT, they've been getting bantering from J League clubs. Several Urawa accounts were responding to their tweets.
Today they will have a field day,
which is a good thing if you ask me, because it goes to shows that diorang sudah main banter level Asia dah, tak main level Malaysia lagi.
Okay, That is something, I guess.
And I mean, let's not forget even the paltry level of this show. We actually had people from Japan asking us to speak Japanese.
Speak in Japanese.
Hey, if we are getting Japanese fans, J-League fans, hey, very good, We have to learn Japanese a bit, but I mean, Azri, definitely they'll bounce back, and who are they facing next? Who are the unlucky victims?
I know Terengganu will not look forward to the FA Cup final.
Oh no.
5-0. This Junker guy can really finish, man. Oh, their next game is against Malacca, August 29. Yeah, and Malacca, they lost to them twice, both so last minute. Wow, that through pass was amazing.
It's incredible how just like three of them.
The finish.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
What a player, lah.
Yeah, that's definitely not off. So,
Inspired by Henry.
all right.
Oh, Martial. Ah, kind of a demoralizing day for JDT. This one,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, two Japanese sides, two 5-0s. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Kawasaki also.
Mm.
But we're saying about K-League clubs and all that.
Hmm.
Do they take these Asian club competitions seriously, or
Mm.
it's just their standard, and JDT it's almost there for them to. I mean, JDT can compete.
JDT
Mm.
can compete because of the amount of investment they have made in terms of the playing personnel. That's
Mm-hmm.
one thing that we have to take note of. And also, you see, they are looking at mixed heritage players. They are scouting. They are scouting actually. Players around. And I don't know if you saw photos recently. JDT head scout was in Kedah monitoring some
Mm.
youngsters. So that's
Mm-hmm.
how they have expanded themselves in terms of getting players. So they are bound to improve. And the foreigners that they're getting, Forestieri, who would have thought Forestieri would be playing the
Yeah,
Malaysian
yeah,
League?
true.
Yeah,
Jordi
yeah.
Ahmad, would he be playing the Malaysian League? No. So they will continue to improve. Next season, I'm looking forward to see who they're going to sign. I mean, TMJ did mention that Papu Gomez could be someone that he's looking at for next
Mm-hmm.
season. But I know Papu Gomez has got a contract until 2023, 2024, if I'm not mistaken, with Sevilla. So if they want to sign him, then they have to buy him, I believe. Lah. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know how true is that because when I checked Tatsu market, it was stated that his contract is until 2024. Lah. But yeah, you can see that they're trying to make inroads in terms of signings, playing personnel, and all that. Lah. So it will improve. Things will improve, and YG.
No. Now only that the through ball, just out of the. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I think tonight Bidoglio would say, "Look, boys, I'm not going to say anything. Let's get home and
Mm.
see what can be improved and so on." Lah.
Yeah.
And yes, yeah, Azri is right. K League teams do take the competition seriously. Actually, they do. It's just that JT are closing the gap with some of these clubs now. I think J League is still something that they will surely look at and look to work on, see what can be done to close the gap with these sites lah. Because remember when they played Vissel Kobe 3 years ago, Vissel Kobe was struggling actually in the J
Mm.
League, but when they played JT, different level.
Mm.
So yeah, I
But JDT
think
actually at one point is a 1-1 game, right? Before Vissel Kobe
what?
took a further notch, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Mm.
But yeah, that's the mindset. That's the mentality. That's how they play in Asia. Just take it up a notch. And look, in even Urawa tonight, the last two goals they scored all against the run of play. They took advantage of it. Means JDT were going for the jugular, but when they went for the jugular, the efficiency up front wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's something that they will take back home and see what can be done, what can be further honed or sharpened and all that.
The thing is for me, right? I mean, for me, like to sum it up, right? I think of if JDT wanted, it could have been a 2-0 game. They could have
Exactly.
sat
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
They could have
Yeah.
said, you know what, I'm going to shut up shop. Kind of play this Mourinho defensive game. But they didn't. They kept on going. They kept
Mm.
attacking. If you do that, you're going to run the risk of getting, a bit
Go,
of a
go,
big
you
score
mean
line.
concede goals lah? Yeah,
You
yeah.
will concede goals, but you've not lost your identity. So
And
that's
you
respectable.
have a point with right. They were targeting the right flank because Davies
Mm.
wasn't there.
Yeah,
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah.
yeah, they took advantage of these moments like okay, they have lost their regular right back, so it's time we take advantage of that space lah.
Yeah,
So they
yeah.
did that. They did just that lah.
Maybe that's just experience, lah, at the
Mm.
end of the day.
And they had to plug a huge hole without Leandro Velasquez in their lineup. So
Yes, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, I think Leandro's absence was a factor as well. If you
Mm,
ask me,
mm.
and Bergson today was not getting the service that he wanted. That he had to go all the way to get the ball and so on. A lot of it was expected from Nazmi, and I think he didn't deliver what Leandro usually. But to be fair, Leandro is a different animal in terms of these intricate passes, these movements, and all that. Nazmi and him are two different players. So I guess, yeah, I mean they will. They will bounce back. Line. I hope next season they will come back stronger in the Champions League. We need a
Right.
stronger Malaysian team there, lah.
So I think Sivan, just before we end, maybe just some closing thoughts from you, and maybe just tell us a bit about the Bola Bola show for any new listeners who have not heard about it.
Okay. Basically, the Bola Bola show is just a side project between me and my close friends. Same concept like you guys. We used to how to say non-stop football conversation, whether it's in the coffee shop drinking beer or in the mama shop drinking teh tarik, which can carry on for hours and hours and hours. So we said, why don't we take all this and put it, document it in a form of a podcast or something. So that idea just came out. We were throwing out here, and then that's what happened. We started the Bola Bola show. And over the years, we were quite privileged enough to have amazing guests who came on board, including Avi himself, to share all the
I'm no
knowledge
great
and all
person,
that.
bro.
Hey, you cannot say it, bro. Cannot say. I mean, like what people say, you are the Malaysian Fabrizio
Right,
Romano.
right. I've been telling him to put that in his Twitter bio. He refuses. I don't know
No,
why.
I will not. No, I will not.
So, and basically that's how it is. And, I mean, we've been a bit quiet recent times, mainly because of personal commitment and work. And some of us were down with COVID, including myself.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh.
but so we are hoping that maybe for this FA Cup final that we can make some kind of comeback. We really want to, I mean, it's not over, but we're just taking things a bit slow right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
All of
think
us have commitments, lah.
Right. Yeah. Well, what I think a lot of people need to kind of understand about this is a lot of this is all side projects. Everyone has got like a day job,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
got families, and of course with this stupid COVID thing, I also just kena. So I mean, yeah, not that we don't want to do this more regularly, but sometimes you just can't,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
But when we do it, it's worth it.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I think on that note, it's a good time to end. We had a really fantastic time. The result wasn't what we wanted, obviously, but we had a lot of people tuning in at the first part. Of course, when the result went a bit down, people left. It's okay, it's fine. But stay tuned to, of course, our Twitter. Of course, go follow the Bola Bola show. Check out what they are doing next. I'm sure it'll be fantastic. And thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sivan, so much for joining us, man.
No problem.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for
Sivan.
having me, guys. Yeah.
No
Yeah.
problem.
All
Pleasure
right.
is ours.
So, yeah, on that note, we'll end. Thank you, everyone. Good night. See you.
Good night. See you. Ciao.
Okay.
Bye.
Good night.
1 second.